Hello and welcome back to another Slay the Spire stream. I'm your host, Vegetablebread, and today we are going to be doing some more You Are Nothing achievement hunting. Starting out with the Ironclad. Well, let's get started. Random rare card, that could be a Limit Break. Limit Break's probably what we're looking for on Ironclad. Some sort of Limit Break shenanigans. We also tried to do it with Shield Slam, or Body Slam. So Impervious or Corruption. Could be rare cards that help us combo. Lament is pretty good with when we're going for turn 1 kills because we have to build kind of a weird deck. We can't just like pick a bunch of damage commons because the damage commons probably don't participate very well in whatchamacallit, in the OTK. However, I end up picking damage commons most of the time anyway because you know, you still do have to survive Act 2 and Act 1. Choosing a rare card is like getting a rare card, but it's better because you get to choose. And Boss Alex Club, I did try this once. We did predictably run into some sustain problems, since Ironclad tends to take a little bit of damage in fights, but then has the sustain to power through it. When you lose that Burning Blood, it's pretty powerful. Downside. I could see it working if you get like a Pandora's Box, or like a Snecko Eye or something, that like hugely boosts your power. But if you get like a Calling Bell or something that isn't very good, Ectoplasm, Busted Crown, then you're gonna lose. And you know, we do have to get lucky to win the You Are Nothing challenge, but we don't really need to start ourselves that far behind. So I think we're gonna take the damage for a rare card. Ironclad should be able to heal in the first couple hallway fights, so the 18 damage is not that big of a deal. And the rare cards are like a big benefit for trying to get OTKs. So let's get one. Alright, Brutality, Offering, and Berserk. Brutality and Berserk are like probably the like top 2 worst Ironclad rare cards. Berserk can be okay if you have orange pellets. It's nice to get extra energy. Brutality is very slow. But can be okay if you have like Rupture and you need an extra trigger of that. Both of those only really work on turn 2 because they both only work on turn 2. So not what we're looking for at all. Offering is quite good since Offering can draw us into our combo. So let's get an Offering. Paying health and getting an Offering is a little bit sketchy though, because Offering costs health in addition, so we're paying a lot of health early on for that Offering. Probably looking for like a 3 elite path. We can have a 4 elite path here. These, oh wait, no, that's not true. We can't do this one and that one. So 3 elite path probably starts with this one. We could do a 3 elite path that goes here and then through a mega elite. That has an involuntary 3rd elite followed by an optional 4th elite. I do like having a 4th elite. There's not quite enough fires on this path that I feel super comfortable taking an Act 1 Mega and then followed by another elite. But maybe we should go for it. It seems like for all for one combos, or not all for one, for You Are Nothing combos, a lot of times we're constrained by cards. Like we'll be in Act 2 saying to ourselves, like, the only cards we want are in Trench, right? Or, like, we just need another Limit Break or something. We don't actually, like, hunting elites is not actually super helpful for that. Because the elites just give you the normal number of cards. They do give you more rares, and rares tend to be, especially for Ironclad, the cards that we're looking for, with the, like, Limit Breaks and Impervious and Juggernaut, Corruption kind of stuff. So I think I will try to hunt some elites. If we don't want to fight this Mega, we have to do like shop after him and then forced into a second shop. Shops are pretty good too though, because shops like show you the most cards per floor of any option. But it's hard to imagine us surviving. If we decide we don't want this elite even after a fire, then we're probably at low health here. And if we're at low health here, fighting 2 hallway fights and then an elite is probably going to kill us. So this right path is fairly dangerous. But we do get 4 elites. Whereas the left path is probably this path, or I guess 3 fights and 2 question marks before the first elite. And then we get 1 fire. Whereas this 4 elite path gets 2 fires. I'm gonna do the 4 elite path. It's a little bit dangerous. It's super dangerous, what am I talking about? But it's, you know. We're also pretty much guaranteed 3 fights, because if one of these 2 question marks is a fight, we just do 3 question marks and 2 fights. To get our 3 fights. Alright, let's do it. Alright, super important that we, like, heal in these fights if we can, so let's get that started. I guess we defend double strike and take 3 so that we can net heal for 3 on the fight. We do not want to play the offering because that costs us health. Alright, might be able to get lethal next turn. Weak is wearing off. There we go. Alright, so we heal for net 3 on the fight. Not quite as much as I was hoping for, but it'll do. Anger. Anger could definitely be part of an OTK, right? If we get, like, Unceasing Top. If we get Unceasing Top, though, do we need Anger? Seeing Red is almost always part of these OTK decks. But taking Seeing Red right now seems super dubious. We do need to take just, like, good cards, too. JV football flashbacks? I'm so confused. Good morning, Onslaught. I think we take the Perfected Strike. I don't like Perfected Strike, but, I was going for, like, a Cogito Ergo Sum. What is my stream title? I think, therefore, you are nothing. Yeah, I don't get how that ties into, JV football. Okay, so we're taking 4 elites, so I don't think we want Anger, because Anger's bad against Lagavulin. Oh, I see. I thought you were like a JV football superstar for a second. It takes me back to JV football. I guess if you were a superstar, then you'd be talking about college football or something. Oof. I really want the card removed, but we've spent so much early health. This feels really irresponsible, but I guess I'll do it. Gotta win the game, right? Oh, wait. Maybe we remove a defend here. That's pretty spicy. We do have a Perfected Strike, though. It's our main source of damage. Ooh, man, we're gonna die. We're gonna die real fast. We're not gonna make it to the Act 1 boss. Oh my god. Maybe we just dodge this elite. If it upgrades Perfected Strike, we're in pretty good shape. Maybe we dodge even the first elite. Maybe we just take a fire here. What if we take a fire here and then our first elite is the Mega? Okay, I think we're not going to fight the Shining Light. I think that's just too much. We can't go to 23. Perfected Strike can work. I mean, on regular Ascension 20, Perfected Strike is fine. It's not like, I'm not excited about it, but it's okay. For You Are Nothing, it's hard to imagine Perfected Strike being part of the combo, but maybe, right? Like, maybe we get like a dual-wield Necronomicon something. Maybe if we get like a Bottled Flame and just like absolutely pile the deck full of strikes. That's never gonna work. It's just, you're never gonna get to 300 damage with that. How many cards would have to be in your deck to get that to work? So when it's upgraded, it's 3 additional cards. So to get this up to 300 damage, you need like X plus 2 times 3 to be 300. So you need X to be 98. You need like a 110 card deck with all strikes and a bottled Perfected Strike. I don't know. I don't know about that. Doesn't seem like that's gonna happen. Maybe, like, I guess you could cut that in half a couple times, right? You can cut it in half with dual wield. You could cut it in half with what's the one that Yeah, pen nib. You cut it in half with the one that plays your next attack twice. Dual wield like creates a copy, but there's one that plays the next attack twice too, and like, you could do like, gosh, what is it called? Marbles. That's true. Pen nib gets a little bit complicated when it's we're playing copies. Plus, dual wield requires 5 energy on turn 1, but we can just have Ancient Tea set or something. Double tap, thank you. Double tap plus would hit both, right? So if we had 6 energy and we had like double tap, dual wield, double perfected strike, that's a whole lot of perfected strikes. Ends up being 4 perfected strikes. One of which does double damage, so it's kind of like 5 perfected strikes. So 5 perfected strikes on vulnerable targets, and since they're vulnerable targets, it ends up being like 7.5 perfected strikes with some rounding, but not very much rounding, just a little bit. So like 7.5 perfected strikes, so it ends up being x plus 2 times 3 times 7.5. 3 times 7.5 is like 22.5. So we're taking 300 and dividing it by 22.5. So we only need like, if we get all that, we only need like 10 strikes in the deck, which is pretty accomplishable. But pen nib, double tap, dual wield, and 6 energy on turn 1 is difficult. Although we have offering, we're actually not that far away from that. I didn't realize how real this stream was. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. I mean, both dual wield and actually no, dual wield's an uncommon. I was gonna say dual wield's a rare, but it's not. Double tap is rare. Interesting. Alright, let's leave this. We don't need that. That's just too much health. Let's try and save health here by taking 3 and not offering. And maybe we can wheel around to the perfected strike and kill him too. Nope. Not lethal, yeah. Off by 2. We can still get it next turn though. Alright, so net healing for 3 on that fight as well. Not too bad. Headbutt lets us play the Perfected Strike multiple turns in a row. None of these cards say Strike, obviously. That would be a big consideration. Headbutt is also kind of good with limit breaks later on. It's hard to get like a Headbutt limit break thing really going on an OTK turn, because Headbutt is kind of expensive, and it requires a limit break plus, and it requires card draw, so you end up paying like 4 energy for 2 limit breaks. And it's like, why would you do that? Limit break does just do damage, so that's nice. I think we can probably survive these elite fights with just offering Perfected Strike. I'd rather not be adding damage commons to the deck, so I think I'm not going to. Pummel is nice, but that's a very different direction than Perfected Strike. It's probably the direction we want to go. Yeah, I think like most Ironclad OTKs are going to be like some form of turn 1 strength, a bunch of limit breaks, and then like pummels and heavy blades. I guess we could just take a pummel for damage. It's better than taking a headbutt for damage, right? Because there is an OTK out for pummel. I think it helps. Pummel also helps if we end up doing Dark Embrace stuff. We can draw a card with it. Pretty unlikely that's the thing that Pummel's good at, but I guess I'll take a Pummel. It's just a good card. Okay. Perfected Strike, getting in there, doing some work. We could Offering Double Defend, but why? We could just take 6 and not use Offering. Oh, we could have gotten offering and lethal. Oh well. We'll probably just get lethal next turn for a health neutral cultist fight. Yeah. Fair enough. Dupe bot. The Searing Blow Dream ends up sounding a lot like the Perfected Strike Dream with the double taps and the pen nibs and the dual wields and stuff. This is pretty early Searing Blow. So how likely are we to get Searing Blow up to OTK-ish levels? If we get the double tap, dual wield, and whatchamacallit, double tap, dual wield marbles, then we are doing the same, like, wait, why did it come up with 7.5 earlier? Isn't it just 6? Because you're doing 4 copies of the attack, and then with vulnerable it would be 6, right? Oh, it's because we were doing pen nib too, so it ended up being 5 copies of the attack. Alright, so let's assume we get a multiplier of like 6x Searing Blow. We're missing either like pen nib or marbles, but not both. So we get 6 times that, then it has to do 50 damage. Searing Blow can definitely do 50 damage. That's only a Searing Blow plus like 10 or something. Yeah, Searing Blow plus 10 is like 90 damage, so we could go quite a bit beyond that. Wild Strike says Strike on it, so we should probably just respect the existing damage package rather than trying to add a new one. Yeah, I didn't realize we had a Strike card here. So let's just grab the Wild Strike. Okay, got a lot of damage, turns out. Pummel Wild Strike, Perfected Strike is pretty prime in Act 1 Elite hunting package, so I think we're feeling pretty good about doing 4 Elites. Alright, we're definitely not getting out of this fight without using Offering, so let's use it now. We could Dupe Pot Perfected Strike to kill the one that's attacking right now. Not usually the target you want. Usually we won't be killing either the outside two, but we can't block this turn, and we're gonna block next turn. Hey Wazbek, how's it going? So if we double Perfected Strike the middle one, he dies with the Dupe Pot. We also use a Dupe Pot, which is like a pretty important resource for trying to turn 1 kill people, so maybe we just like shouldn't do that. Nice, nice. I like playing Slay the Spire. That's something we have in common. Ooh, just bought it yesterday. So have you not played it yet? So we can Perfected Strike Pummel Double Strike to kill one of the outside ones. You trying to like climb Ascensions? You have 2 clears. Okay. Have you unlocked Ascensions yet? Is that I don't remember the exact original unlock sequence. So there's probably some cards that you don't have. Like, do you have Pummel yet? Or like Perfected Strike? Does that one come later? So Perfected Strike is 20, Pummel's 8, so it's 28 damage plus 12 is 40. So that actually also doesn't kill one of the 41 health ones, but it does kill the middle guy. A pickle. Bash Pummel Strike does do enough, but it costs 4, so why would we do that? We want to play Perfected Strike. That does 20 damage. I think we have to save the Dupe Pot, but we have to save health too, right? This is tricky. So like, if we use the Dupe Pot, it's like Perfected Strike, Strike on the middle one, and then like double Strike on one of the outside ones, and then next turn we get like double defend Wild Strike or something. It's such an awkward hand. Let's just save the Duke Putt, because it might be part of an OTK. I don't think we're OTKing Hexaghost, but maybe we save it for Act 2. It seems really ambitious to take a 4 elite path and try to save a potion for Act 2 from floor 6. That's crazy, right? Yeah, we shouldn't do that. Alright, I'm just going to save 10 health with it now. It's efficient. And then we just want to max damage on one of these other ones. I could save the Pummel. If we save the Pummel, then in the second shuffle, we can draw the Pummel, which is a lot better than drawing a Daze. Yeah, thanks, Akiran. That's I made a the conservative choice there, not to like try and save a potion. And so I think we made the don't die decision. I guess we just triple strike. We're not killing one next turn anyway. The 2 damage from Pummel is probably not that helpful. Two defense are happening. Third defend versus Wild Strike. If we Wild Strike, we're pretty likely to be able to kill him next turn. So let's do that. Skipping Wild Strike seems wrong. We do take 10 though. Alright, double strike you. Pummel wheels back around. No point in skipping it this time. Hopefully we're not shuffling again. Bash does more damage than Strike, so Bash and Wild Strike is going to be the play. Take another 10 damage. Ouch. Uh-oh. We need to get 3 strikes. Oh, we have 3 strikes. Great. Okay. Icy Curves. I do not speak that language. I suspect it's Chinese. Ooh, maybe you're asking me if I speak Chinese, because it ends in a question mark. If that's the question, the answer is no. Or maybe I have an elaborate bamboozle that I've subjected you to. Rampage, I don't think it's happening. Welcome to the stream, Redbearder. Could you pull off a Rampage? It seems totally impossible, right? To get Rampage to do 300 damage. Ah, how are you? Whoa, Lockjaw. I'm doing well, Ice Curves, thanks for asking. I just love the idea of Lockjaw Jones showing up in chat and being like, "Looks like, how are you?" It's probably not what he meant, but it's funny. Okay, so how many Rampages does it take to get to the center of a Hexaghost? So Rampage does 8 plus 5 times X, where X is the number of Rampages so far. So it ends up being like 8 times N plus N times N plus 1 over 2 times 5. So let's see. Let's assume it's like 6. That seems low. Let's assume it's 8. So it'd be 8 times 8, that's 64. And then N times N plus 1 over 2 is 9 times 4 is 36. 36 times 5 is a lot. 36 times 5 is that 700? No. It's like 200. So 8 seems like almost enough. 64 plus 200 something. It's pretty close. So playing Rampage 8 times would require either 8 energy or like a Madness and some stuff. Doesn't seem like Rampage is the way. Plus we've already got a strike combo thing going. Fire breathing kind of works with Wild Strike. Hard to imagine an OTK with fire breathing. And I think same for armaments. If we'd picked the Searing Blood last floor, armaments would probably be a pick, but no. Alright, I think we're committed to the Mega Elite. Let's go rest and do a Mega. Let's get him. Uh-oh. It's a strength gremlin knob. That is not a good start. Runic Cube, Bloodletting, Dark Embrace, Burning Pact, Rampage. Okay, so Runic Cube lets us draw a card when we take damage. Bloodletting lets us take damage. Dark Embrace And Burning Pact help us draw lots of cards, and then Rampage. So you're saying, like, exhaust the whole deck, draw a bunch of cards. I think you need, like, a Necronomicurse in there. Necronomicurse, Runic Cube, Rampage definitely works. I think we're going to use the Elixir to get rid of these 2 defends, because if we redraw them, it's bad. Maybe you should have saved the Pummel for when he's vulnerable. That seems like a kind of an out there play. Elixir's not super useful before Feel No Pain, so I don't mind using it for kind of a small marginal benefit. Oof. I don't want to skip Perfected Strike, but I also don't want to skip Bash. I guess I don't have to. So, Energy Pot, Bash, Perfected Strike, Wild Strike seems like the play. Not quite lethal, but we're getting there. No problem. Oh my god, there's a Dead Branch here. New plan, we're a Dead Branch deck. Second Offering seems pretty good if you're Dead Branching. Yeah. Screw that Perfected Strike. What the hell are you doing in the deck? Pummel's still good. Okay. Well, I guess I'm glad I went to the Elite. We got a blue candle, too. Yeah, so what we were planning to do, don't laugh, what we were planning to do was Perfected Strike, get 10 strikes, get a dual wield, a double tap, and a pen nib, and marbles. And probably bottle the Perfected Strike. You are breathing so heavy today, are you okay? I don't know, I think I'm okay. I think I'm fine. I'm excited about my Dead Branch. I guess that's maybe raising my blood pressure here. So Veg, I was on the 3rd boss for the first time with Silent with the Shiv deck, and it was a boss called Timekeeper. I was sad, yeah. It is possible to kill Time Lord with a whatchamacallit, with a Shiv deck, but it's not easy. One of the best things you can have is a Dead Branch for that. Dead Branch is quite good. I don't know how Blue Candle is going to help us, but it probably will. Got Sentries again? Why? I think now that we have Dead Branch, we probably want to Offering on this turn. Maybe before we had Dead Branch we wouldn't have. Oh. Well, we want to play with both defends, and now we have a Body Slam, so that makes it even easier. Let's do the Pummel first, see if we get any more block. Dead Branch, do your thing. Brutality, okay, sure. Brutality is pretty good in the Sentry fight, because we draw more cards, get past those dazes. I think we take, on average, less damage if we have Brutality. Wild Strike kills this one. Offering shuffles. I guess Offering into Perfected Strike also kills them. And then we don't have to Wild Strike and put a wound in front of us. Rupture? I mean, sure, right? Why not? We'll go for the lower health one. I don't think we're killing him before his next turn. We could play the Curse, that's true. Getting some Strong. We have Defend, so probably playing that for the Body Slam. Let's play the Infernal Blade first, see what it wants to do. Thunderclap is actually live here. We've removed both the artifact charges with the free weak. Alright, maybe we can get lethal next turn. Dude, Dead Branch Sentries is just rude. It's just not nice to the Sentries to do that kind of stuff. Flex Strike kills him. And then Clothesline on the other one. Weakens him for next turn. We don't need the Juggernaut. The Daze will generate a couple cards. Okay. No, I didn't miss your Exercise Redemption. We do Exercise Redemptions at the card reward screens. So next card reward screen I'll do it. Unless I forget, which I frequently do. Here, I'll even write it down on my spreadsheet in case I forget long term. Okay. Strikes and it's over. Toy Ornithopter. Very nice. There's a dual wield. I think that's part of the dead plan, though. We don't need dual wield. We need corruption. Shrug It Off is good with corruption. It's also just like a good card. This is a card award screen, so we should do the thing. Oops. All right. Let's try to get through some of those exercise redemptions today. We got a bit of a backlog. Of course, I say that, but then people will pile on as soon as they see me exercising. Shrug. Yeah, I think I like Shrug. It'd be our first defensive card. Shrug does like corruption and Shrug It Off have kind of a weird relationship, where like Shrug It Off is really good after you've played corruption, but then like on the turns before you've played corruption, you're like, if I play Shrug and I draw corruption, I won't be able to play it. Assuming that you're like energy constrained. But it's a good card on its own, so whatever. It can't be that bad. I think we rest again. We have to fight another elite. We do kind of want to be at low health against Hexaghost, but not so low that we die. Ooh, pain. Could be so good. We can also just play the pain. And it exhausts, giving us a card. It just costs us 1 health per fight. It costs us a card draw too. Card draw is a pretty big deal. Trying to be a really thin little OTK deck. Is Pain the worst card in the deck? Is it worse than a Strike? Take 1 damage, generate a random Ironclad card. Trigger any exhaust synergies. Seems like it's worse than Strike. Strike is just like, deal 6 damage, helps you end fights. Generating a random card. And it could be anything, that's true. But the fact that it's close, right? The fact that I have to consider if Pain is even worse than Strike means that we should probably do this one, right? Because this one's really good for you. Upgrading all your cards. So I will take the Warp Tongues. Give them to Lagavulin. Alright, let's see what the card is. Reckless Charge. It seems like we want to just wait before we wake him up. Maybe like Bash Perfected Strike we wake him up. I do love Reckless Charge. Honestly, we could just play Reckless Charge to get a Daze, and then the Daze generates a random card too. But I think no. I think we're waiting on Bash stuff to wake him up. Next turn is likely to be offering Bash Perfected Strike, so I think I'm going to leave that alone. Also, the longer we wait, the more cards we get upgraded with Warp Tongues. Oh crap, we missed the offering. Okay. Perfected Strike Pummel, or we could do just Perfected Strike Strike. We could play the Ascender's Bane. It's possible that gets us something that draws a card. Or it could get us like Vulnerable so that Perfected Strike hits harder. Nah, I think Perfected Strike is a sufficient wake up. I don't want to spend a health to maybe improve it. Yeah, it would have just been Body Slam. Who needs Body Slam? Alright, now that he's awake, let's do that. Fire Breathing does not currently do anything. No block in a 10-card hand is kind of insane. I guess Pummel could draw a card, or could generate a block card. So let's bash Pummel. So we get Armaments as a block card. If we play it, we are skipping something. Probably Armaments on Body Slam and then Strike Body Slam. Or Wild Strike Body Slam. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, we take 15, but we do a lot of damage. I guess we block this turn. We can block all the way out. Looks like we don't need the last offering, so we'll just not spend that one, save the health. Hiya. Question card, that's really nice for setting up OTKs. We've been really lucky with like Question Card and Prayer Wheel for the OTK attempts. We've gotten one of those two in pretty much all of them, and it seems pretty necessary. Second Shrug is an option. Again, I wish it was a Corruption, but ooh, you got a Flying Cat. That's pretty pog. Also, demonstrating all of your cool emojis. But do you have this one? Haha, you do not. I can see there's no badge next to your name. I'm judging you for it. Just kidding, Captain. Shrug. You still have a badge. You have a badge on my screen. Oh wait, no, it's a Prime Gaming screen. Redbeardy, letting your subscription lapse. Unacceptable. I don't know. Shrug is just like... I guess Shrug like helps us save health in hallway fights. It's kind of a big deal. We are at 27. Seems like being at 23 would be better. So maybe we do this hallway fight and try to get to 23. We also get an extra card reward, which could be Corruption. And even if it's not Corruption, it gives us a chance to find Corruption. Actually, wait. At this card reward, was there a rare? There should have been, right? Because it was... Oh, I guess we had a higher chance at one, but I guess there wasn't one? Oh, there was. There was a, whatchamacallit? The one that makes you vulnerable and gives you extra energy. So, since there was a rare there, that means that we can't get a rare here? Or there's like a 1% chance, maybe? And since we're looking specifically for Corruption, I think we actually have a higher chance of getting it at the question mark. Because the question mark could be like a shop that has it or something. So let's look for a shop. Okay, it's a fight anyway. Decision did not matter. Okay, I think we're gonna try to save the offering. Try to save the health from the offering. This is lethal, right? Yeah. Do we take lethal now? We go up to... plus 6 is 33. 33 is fine. 33 is a good number. It's right below 36. Third Shrug seems like a bit much. 2 Shrugs I'm pretty happy with. Third I think is too much. None of these cards say Strike. Pummel would be our second copy. If we're a Dead Branch deck, do we usually Strength Scale? There are definitely some Ironclad cards that Strength Scale, so we're going to be generating like Flexes. But there's not too many, it's just like Flex, Inflame, and Limit Break, right? Pummel also exhausts, which procs Dead Branch. Also, just like Dead Branch by itself can generate you the Corruption. We don't have to find a Corruption. Although, you have to get pretty lucky for that to be an OTK, right? It's much more consistent if you can, like, bottle a Corruption, but... also not likely to happen. I wish that there was a defensive tool here that exhausted. I want, like, Impervious. I guess Impervious... It's hard to play Impervious and then the Corruption if Dead Branch generates one, but... Let's play Havoc. There's no real cards, no real, like, misses for Havoc right now. Triggers Dead Branch, makes things cost 0 that shouldn't. Havoc is best with, like, Frozen Eye. We don't have that. If Havoc plays Pain, does it still exhaust it? Because it can't really be played, right? But it can, because I have Blue Candle? Okay, I guess my question is twofold. Does Havoc exhaust Pain right now, and does Havoc exhaust Pain if you don't have Blue Candle? Kind of interested in both. I think it always exhausts it. Alright, we're going to take out Havoc. I've convinced myself Havoc is a good idea. In defiance of logic. Upgraded Havoc makes it cost 0. Which I like. Upgrading Offering gets us extra cards. Pummel gets an extra proc. Perfected Strike gets how much more damage? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 extra damage. That's quite a bit of damage. Wild Strike gets 5 more damage. Bash gets an extra turn of vulnerability. He'll go with the Havoc. I guess maybe a downside to Havoc is that if we exhaust a strike, then Perfected Strike does less damage. What's in the box? Dead Branch. Ooh, Sever Soul is normally a bad card, but it goes pretty well with Wild Strike and Burns in this fight. Alright, let's see what's in the box. Defend. Okay, sure. We could exhaust this Defend too, but I think I'd rather save it. Okay, wish we could have got an Offering on turn 1. Would have put us below the threshold there. Second Wind exhausts 1, 2, 3 cards, so we block for 15. Seems warranted. Let's save one of the Shrug-It-Offs. Oh. Well, now Second Wind is threatening to take away an Offering. Or we'd have to play Offering? I guess we can just play Offering. We could, like, bash Wild Strike Offering. Which generates a wound and then draws the wound and then exhausts the wound, which is nice. We could save this Shrug-It-Off, but we don't super need it. What's the threshold you're mentioning? So Hexaghost, he does this attack, the attack he does on turn 2, does a different amount of damage depending on your health total. He starts out doing, I believe, 1 times 6, and then for every health you have above, for every multiple of 12 that divides your health, he does an extra 1 damage. So if you're at 35 versus 36, you've gained 1 health, but Hexaghost is doing 6 more damage to you. So the sort of like marginal end of health value of that point of health was actually -5. Because you got the 1, but you lost 6. Presuming you can't block turn 2 of Hexaghost, which is not always true. Because here, we're going to block it all. Are we still useless? I mean, the title of the stream doesn't currently say that you're useless. It doesn't mean you're not useless. Maybe you are. I don't know. Perfected Strike does a lot of damage, but we could be stacking up a Rampage. We could play both. I think I like playing both. Redbeard, I had somebody in my chat this morning who was saying that they just bought the game yesterday. So, like, it's, Wazbeck. I don't know if he's still here. So, like, it's easy to get into the mode of, like, everybody's heard me describe this, right? But, like, and I think to a large extent that's true, right? There's 46 people here. Most of the people were probably here yesterday. or at least like a significant portion of them, or like have been here before, I guess. Not were here yesterday necessarily, but thanks for the follow, Wazbeck. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Vegetable Batch. But yeah, like I think it's easy to get caught in the like I've talked about this before mode, and like I as a viewer, right? Like I really enjoyed watching Jorbs' streams, right? But Jorbs often just like wouldn't describe what he was doing at all, and I really enjoyed the over-explained runs he did on YouTube. So part of my original like imagination of the stream, which is where the like, explaining everything tag comes from, is like I'm just gonna do one of those streams, but every stream. And like maybe the marginal value of that goes down over time because like the game is like what, like 4 years old now, maybe 5. So like if people are to hang out in a Twitch stream 5 years after the game comes out, they've probably played the game quite a bit, right? But I still think there's value in just like describing pretty much everything you do. All right, it seems like we want to get the Rampage stacked up more, so that's going to be one of the energy we're using. And then it's Strike versus Perfected Strike versus Strike plus Twin Strike. So this is 14 plus 13 is 27 versus 33. All that matters is we pick the largest number, so pick the 33. It's only 3 years old, huh? Exactly. Slay the Spire has plenty of room to grow even after 100 hours. I would love to play the demon form, but we would die. We're going extremely fast. Hexagos is only at 1 flame, and we're already down to like half health. So like we can definitely chill out a little bit. A lot of that damage we did to ourselves. We've played like both offerings and one of the bloodlettings, so like we really dug ourselves into a hole here. I think we're gonna Wild Strike and hope that the wound draws with Second Wind. I am but a grain of sand on Spire's desert. Dude, how wise. I should be watching your stream. Hey, we did it! Second Wind wound. Havoc could play Bloodletting. Yikes. Could also play Sever Soul. Ugh. I don't think we want those outcomes. I don't particularly want to lose the Havoc, since we don't need to. Havoc Second Wind only needs to hit 2 cards to block out. We might even want to save the Defend. I think we do want to save the Defend. So it's like Defend Second Wind over Bash Second Wind. That's kind of insane. I guess I'll Second Wind first and see what Dead Branch decides to do. Okay. We could be Berserk. He wouldn't do any damage to us this turn, and he isn't attacking next turn. So I believe Berserk is pure upside. Berserk and Flex makes me wish I had Orange Pellets. Berserk Flex is such an Orange Pellets turn. But we don't have Orange Pellets. I believe he's blocking next turn. If he's not blocking next turn, yeah, okay, he is. Good. Good. Let's use Sever Soul to get rid of these stupid bloodlettings. Oh, we got Corruption. Oh wait, we're about to shuffle, so maybe we'll get Corruption again next turn. Nope, don't want to play that. Havoc could shuffle right now, but we don't want to shuffle now. We want to shuffle with Corruption, not without it. Also, he's at 28. We don't really need to play Corruption to win this fight. Uh-oh. Well, we better win right now. Oh, no! Oh, wow. That's unfortunate. Can I get an F in the chat? Did we do something wrong? I probably just, like, offered too deeply. Thanks for the support, everyone in chat. Wow, a lot of people here. Harry Homunculus, Bryant 1355, Holy Tyrant 27, Chocobo Fett, Amy T, Weldy, Kelabiscus, Thaylika. Everybody really appreciate the support. Havoc could have done it. Man, oof. Well, that was a weird one. I feel like we win that fight 95% of the time, but sometimes you live in the universe where you're in the 5%, so I don't think we have too much to say about that. I guess Havoc would have hit Flex. Yeah, I don't know. I think that the not Havocing to try and redraw Corruption was like fun but unnecessary. Probably should have played Havoc for whatever marginal benefit it would have provided. But honestly, I don't think we can fault the play too much in that fight. Like playing Offering, if we would have drawn Offering on turn 1, that would have been nice because it would have reduced his damage. But it's true, it would have made a new card. The new card could have provided block next turn because we're playing Silent. No. Darn. Definitely felt like any deck that has Dead Branch can be an OTK deck, right? Like, you just need a Dead Branch and a Dream, and you can definitely get there, especially on Ironclad. And we had the Dead Branch, and we had the Dream, but not quite.